Hi. I'm back. Lucky you. Alrighty. Now, I know, there's going to be millions of videos like this, but I figured now there'll be 1,000,001. This is going to be about, you know, it's obviously a new year. I'm recording this in the new year, so, if you're curious about that. And it's going to be I honestly I don't know if I've ever even came up with one, or, or I'm sure if I ever did come up with one, I don't think I ever did, but if I ever did, I could almost guarantee I never followed through on the on it at all. New Year's resolutions. Like I said, I know there's gonna be like so many videos coming out within the next like week or so about that. Probably the next whole month, really. Yeah, like I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I just never was one of those people that ever did that to come up with a New Year's resolution. But now that I just like doing videos and stuff like that, I figured I would try it out and maybe see if I could follow through on it, because stuff that's happened the last year, or really the last few months, half a year really. I can't believe it's been that long. That's why it really is like a legitimate situation, I think. I hope it still is. I think it is. At least to some extent. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just ready for anything. I'm ready for anything. Let me just say that. Okay. Anyway. But yeah. This is, it's going to be about a New Year's resolution that I'm going to try to stick with. Anybody that actually knows me, like, even remotely, could probably even, if you know me for a few months, you might be able to catch on to this already. I'm very quick to, not so much like, because people that actually do know me know that I'm really guarded either way, but just the fact of, like, if it's a situation I really don't like, or if something happens that I, like, am really, like, I just, or, like, maybe it's not so much situation, just the fact, like, if the person that, I'm friends with, or, whatever kind of relationship it is, I'm really quick to, it's like I'm always looking for something that I don't like, and I'm quick to almost hold it against them, and quick to hold the grudge, like, for I don't know how long, and that's not always a good thing. Sometimes it is, because some people don't deserve your time if they constantly do stuff like that that put you in that situation to do that. Because if you have to constantly do that with somebody, you have to question whether or not that's even, the person is worth being in your life or not. But I've learned in the last few months that you sometimes have to compare certain situations, and it may not always be a thing you want to do. And you have to look at by doing what I'm doing, how is it going to affect me, not just how I'm feeling now. How is it going to affect me, I don't know, 2 months from now, 3 months from now? I'm really going to be that upset with the person and what they did by doing what I'm doing now. Is that going to help me progress? And is that going to benefit me by doing that? I think that's something I have yet to grasp in a way. I'm being totally honest with that. I kind of, I don't know, like, I think I Facebooked a post one time. I said something like, I'd rather, what did I say? I'd rather jump to conclusions than walk into assumptions. And that may not be the best thing to do all the time, and I'm starting to learn that. Yeah, I'm starting to learn that. So, by just in general, like, I can't always base everything on experience, and that a lot of times it seems like a real safety net to do that, and by me doing that all the time, it helps guide my decisions. Fucking camera, man. It really shuts off on its own whenever the fuck it wants, and it's bullshit. Maybe I should have it plugged in. That could be what happens. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Shit. But whatever. I'm trying to catch up to what I was saying. I don't know how long it was on. It shut off. Maybe it was only like a minute or so that time. Hopefully. But, okay. What I'm trying to get at with all that stuff I just said before, I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to not hold as many grudges, as a New Year's resolution. And it honestly, it's gonna have to take practice. It's gonna take practice. I can already tell you that. And it's gonna take a while for me to. I don't know what it would be. I mean, I don't know why I'm like that so much. Like, I tend to be drastic in a lot of ways like that. And I feel like if situations are going the way I think it would, or really, honestly, I would sit here and look directly into this the way I want it to, and the way I thought it would go, I sometimes do things that are a little too drastic, and I'll admit that. It's not, this is the thing, like, I know what I'm doing, I just still do it. You understand? It's not like it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, well, I don't do that, I don't act like that. No, I know I do this, and I do it, like, I know I do it. It's not like it's a thing that I'm like, oh, well, because it's way too obvious for me to not know I'm doing it, to be honest. I mean, and that may not always be the right thing to just shut everybody out for no reason. It probably would be better to be at least a little bit. I mean, it's just tough. It really does depend on the situation, but I think every single time I do that, maybe every time is not, every time I have done that, especially recently, is not always the best thing. But I still think it is. At least this last time, I don't know. I have been thinking about it a while, and because I really do think of the whole situation. I don't know. I still stick by it, even though I didn't. That's the thing. Like, I didn't want to do that. I really didn't, but I just had to. I had to. If nobody can get that and see that it had a valid reason, at least as far as I'm concerned, then they don't know me at all. Okay, they don't. None of them. Nobody. If they can't see that I don't know if they understand that it was hard for me to do that, but it was. If they can't see that, they don't know me. And not even just that. If they can't see that I did that as for a valid reason, as far as I'm concerned, then they don't know me, and whatever. But that's that. But every time, like I said, I've learned from that, and even though I still think I did make the right decision, I still think maybe the next few times or next time I have a chance to not do that, maybe I wouldn't, or maybe I still would, or maybe I would do it, but just not as much. You see what I mean? I mean, I totally cut communication at all costs. So maybe next time I won't do that all the way. Maybe I'll do it a little bit. You see, it's one of those things where you can't just give a definitive answer to, because it really does depend on the situation. A lot of things in life depend on the situation. That's the thing that people don't understand. I remember I tweeted one time. I didn't Facebook this. I tweeted this. And I think I actually might have put it, because of the whole 140 characters kind of thing. I think I put something to the effect of, everybody always knows what they would do in a certain situation. But then I'm like, but what if it's a situation you've never been in? You see, like, you're always going to have new situations that you're going to have to deal with. And honestly, it's being real with you right here. A lot of it is you're not going to like. There's a lot of situations that people are always in. They get forced into, not forced into, not always. There's just choices with certain things. But there's a lot of situations you kind of get thrown into. There's situations that you just have to deal with regardless, and there are situations that change. You know, everything changes. Nothing is ever set in stone. That's one thing you got to learn real quick. you got to learn that quick. If you don't learn that quick, you are going to be let down hard. Oh boy. But yeah, I mean, you still do have choices of how you deal with what happens, and that's what really makes you what kind of person you really are and what you're going to strive to be, and what you're going to strive to be, and also like how you're going to deal with things in the future, depending, because that's how I am. I kind of almost to a point maybe base my experiences on the present maybe a little too much. I might be realizing now, and I do have to. I have to look at the whole situation, and like I said before, I have to look at both sides and look if I'm, look at the situation that what I'm doing, just because I don't feel something's going right, that how it's going to affect other people and how they would react to that, and basically then they'll start feeling, like it's going to be this whole resentment circle, and it's not going to get anybody anywhere if I want to try to work things out. If not, then that's a different story. But see, what I did was a situation where my actions maybe didn't correlate with my intentions, if that makes any sense. And I maybe that's why it was read wrong, or no, not really, because I still think deep down they thought that I was still just doing that just to do it. I hope. I think so. But in another situation, it probably would have been taken, excuse me, probably would have been taken differently. But, like I said, it's just a complicated situation. But, that's what I'm saying. The New Year's resolution I would like to do is to maybe not do that as much, or maybe at all, or just try to just chill out with that and find another way to work through it. If there is another way, sometimes there isn't, and sometimes there isn't, but sometimes there is, and you have to, like, maybe what I'm really trying to say is, besides saying to just not hold grudges and just not shut everybody out, is to try to find the real solution to the problem, as opposed to just saying I'm just not going to do this as a New Year's resolution. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not going to do that, but what am I going to do? So, you know what I mean? That's what I think I'm trying to get across, and that's really what the resolution should be. So I think it should be like, try to find what should be the grace point, or how do I say this? Not grace point, like what would be the thing to help solve make it where everybody is finally on an even plane, and make it so everybody knows where everybody stands. No lack of communication. I know it's so much easier said than done. It's easy to sit here and say this into a camera, and when everything actually happens, people, and I know I'm one of these people that just goes off of like gut reactions every time, and makes drastic decisions. I don't always do that, but a lot of times I do, and a lot of times it's very, very important situations that I do that with. So I realize that. That's something I do realize. Not like I don't realize I'm doing that, okay? I do. And that's why I'm, maybe trying to alter that behavior, because, you can kind of get really stuck in behavior and really stick to it to the point of that you constantly always do it. And it just becomes ingrained in your friggin' DNA almost. But that's still no excuse, because you can still change it. It's just because you're doing it and it's a habit doesn't mean you can't change it. It's still something that you can change. And that's what I'm trying to get across here. And maybe that would be a resolution that I don't know. I mean, I hope I could stick to it, honestly. I don't know if I'm gonna. Hopefully, there's no situation that I have to do that. That would be even better. That I would even have to, test this whole, theory of being put across, having it to be put in that situation. But I don't know. I hope that things, that, things work out for everything and for everybody, for, you know, what has happened. And that's just a little side note there, but anyway. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? that's good. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope everybody has a happy new year. And I hope, you know, great things happen to people that deserve it. I don't know why I just said that. That sounded extra cheesy. But, hey, I don't know. It's a new year. I'm trying to be as positive as I possibly can. And that's about it. And I will see you when I see you.